speak words of life into those around us and to our children and to our grandchildren, because there are great things that God has for you. Do you think that strength training is only for weightlifters? Are you wondering how to boost your long-term health? Are you avoiding strength training because you don't want to bulk up? Are you more of a cardio workout gal and don't think that you have time to do strength training? In this episode, I'll dive into the long-term benefits of strength training and 5 ways that this benefits our mental well-being and our mobility. Don't we all need more mental well-being? And isn't it great to not be stiff? So let's get started. Is it hard to make healthy food choices and find time to exercise because you're too busy? Welcome to Self-Care for Busy Moms. I'm your host, Susan. That was me, overwhelmed with my kids' schedules, running things smoothly and ignoring the stress that was affecting my body. But then I found ways to bring myself back to health with food, exercise, and Christ. I can't wait to share them with you too. Get your step counter and remember the sunscreen. It's time to get started on your self-care. Did you know that I have a free community of women just like you? Find ways to take care of yourself through a healthy lifestyle with food, fitness, and most importantly, Jesus. Come join us. The link will be in the show notes. Hey friend, happy fall. I hope you're enjoying the fall smells of pumpkin spice lattes and other amazing drinks that abound in this season. I am just loving fall. I love the crisp weather. I love the cooling temperatures. It is one of my favorite seasons, as well as spring. So I hope you're enjoying your fall now that it's officially October. All throughout my 30s, I was the Pilates and running girl. But after having turned 40, you know what? I kept hearing from multiple sources, whether it's in the media or elsewhere, I kept hearing how important strength training was, especially after a lady turns 40. Well, I just kept hearing that if we're not using our muscle, we lose muscle mass every year that we're not using it. Now, I don't actually remember the percentage, but I think it was in the single digits. I also heard that it helps with maintaining bone density or preventing osteoporosis as we age. So for about 10 years, I wavered between being fully committed to not doing anything. But lately, because my time's even tighter, I used to think life would get easier when my kids grew up a little bit more, but it does not. It just feels like it's just getting more busy and time just feels tighter. And I have not had the time to do the runs and the longer cardio workouts that I have done in the past. And because I haven't had the time to do all of my cardio workouts that I've done in the past, I've naturally gravitated to shorter strength training workouts. It was just what I had time for. I was inspired by my third son when he did calisthenics. He started that, I think, sometime late last year. But he really got into it around January, early this year. And I saw massive improvements and visible changes in his body structure. There was no bulk, but there was a lot of muscle mass and strength. And that was in less than 6 months. Now, I don't think I have the time that he has to dedicate to his workouts, but when I asked, he shared with me his beginning workout that he started with abs. And I've been doing it now as part of my nighttime routine. I've also stacked other exercises to this as my strength improved. I'll list those out in the show notes, at least the beginning workout that he shared with me. I do have to preface this that I am not expecting my outcomes to be the same as my son's. However, my son hasn't bulked up, but he is built up lean from his previous thin frame. So just like it's important to be in God's Word daily, I find that it's really beneficial for me to always, now and then, revisit and review the benefits of strength training and how it impacts my long-term health. And I don't want to just survive to the end of my life, but I really want to thrive and have greater mobility and to be able to have function with my body all throughout the days that I am alive on this earth, as far as I am able to do. We all can be great stewards of the body that God has given to us. So, when I review the benefits, it just validates my resolve to continue and gives me great reminders to keep it up. And if you enjoy reminders like I do, then this episode is for you. So what's considered strength training? Strength training includes activities like weightlifting. This would typically be using weight machines or free weights, or there's also resistance band exercises. These would be using bands that are elastic, and they're typically made out of latex or rubber. And there's also body weight workouts. So this is using your body as the weight to help build up your strength. So how will strength training boost your long-term health? Well, a routine of strength training prevents chronic conditions like osteoporosis by maintaining bone density, and it reduces the risk of cardiovascular issues by supporting heart health. Strength training also prevents muscle loss, and it helps to maintain physical independence and the quality of our lives in our older age. Strength training also improves blood sugar regulation and helps with maintaining a healthy weight. Another benefit is that it also helps with protecting joints from wear and tear, and it reduces pain while increasing mobility. Consistent strength training impacts your life to promote a healthier lifespan with fewer medical interventions and greater overall vitality. So, I'm going to go through and list out the 5 strength training benefits and how it helps our mental well-being and our mobility. Are there more than these 5 ways? Actually, yes, there's a whole list of benefits of why strength training is so good for us, but I just picked out the top 5 that kind of caught my eyes and that seemed to encourage me when I read them. So here they are. Number 1, strength training reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression. By the release of endorphins and other mood-enhancing chemicals in the brain, this leads to a more stable emotional state. I could always have more stable emotional state. Number 2, strength training enhances cognitive function. So the brain structure and function is improved with regular resistance exercises. Memory is boosted, cognitive abilities are boosted, which leads to better mental clarity and resilience against age-related decline. Number 3, strength training provides better balance and fall prevention. So that gets even more important as we age and we get in years. When the core and the leg muscles are strengthened, this really helps reduce the risk of falls, and it helps us to maintain independence as we age. Because the structural balance is improved, the posture will improve. The 4th benefit of strength training is that it releases stress and promotes better sleep. I always love to have better sleep, and I'm always looking for any ways to optimize my sleep. So strength training acts as a natural stress reliever by distracting from daily worries and regulating hormones like cortisol, while also improving sleep quality for better mental recovery. Number 5, strength training reduces the risk of injuries. When muscles, bones and connective tissues are strengthened, the body is more resilient to falls and strains, which preserves mobility and prevents setbacks that could impact mental health through frustration or isolation. I have a personal affinity to this reason because of my past injury and recovery journey through physical therapy. Whenever I feel a particular pain or functional discomfort, I really turn to physical therapy to strengthen the area that needs to be supported and to bring it back to functional health. So when my body is not at its optimal or when I'm experiencing pain, it impacts my sense of peace and elevates my overall stress and feelings of frustration. Has this happened to you? Can we relate? I hope so. So I'd like to turn to 1 Corinthians 15, verse 43, where it says, "Our bodies now disappoint us, but when they are raised, they will be full of glory. They are weak now, but when they are raised, they will be full of power." Friends, our physical bodies has a time span on the earth, but we will be transformed and our heavenly bodies will never die. But while we're on earth, we can do our best to take care of the shell that God has provided for us. And I pray Psalms 92, verse 12 to 15 over you and over myself. And it has been such an encouragement to me. So I pray that you will flourish like palm trees and that you will grow strong like the cedars of Lebanon. For they are transplanted into the Lord's own house. They flourish in the courts of our God. Even in old age, they will still produce fruit. They will remain vital and green. They will declare, "The Lord is just. He is my rock. There is nothing but goodness in him." So friends, as we steward the body that God has given to us, let us speak words of life into those around us and to our children and to our grandchildren, because there are great things that God has for you, that God has for me, that God has for all of us, that we will walk in his light and be the bearers of his truth and bring his presence wherever we go, that we can be his hands and feet. My friends, bless you this day. So which benefit encouraged you from this episode to go and stay faithful to your strength training workout? Is injury prevention important for you? Or is it reducing stress and anxiety more of a priority for you? I was super encouraged to learn that cognitive and brain function is improved with resistance training. Maybe the outcome of a better sleep and rest is what motivated you. I would love to hear which point motivated you the most. You may connect with me on our free community, or you may email me or become an insider. All of the links and the information will be in the show notes. God bless. Hey Mama! Thank you for listening to the end. If you enjoyed today's episode, would you bless another mom who's looking for simple routines to feel healthy again? Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcast. I'm always so encouraged to know that this podcast is helping you. Together, we can encourage one another for long-term strength and health because it matters to our families and for future generations to come. Just a reminder that I am not a substitute for medical advice. God bless you.